Stornoway is the main town in the Isle of Lewis, the biggest island in the Outer Hebrides. The island has a population of about 21,000 and the town itself a population of 7,000. We're a rural parish, a rural place, but much like any other place in Scotland, although we have of course the idyllic island life which we all enjoy, but we face the same challenges here as anywhere else, but we also thankfully have the same opportunities. The 8.5 years I've been here, I've been, I guess the word I would use is remarkable, to be honest. Came here when things were at a fairly low ebb for the church. The previous minister was here for over 30 years and a great minister, but as he was winding down to retirement, then it's almost as though the church was doing the same. So the church actually had a question mark over its future. The presbytery weren't sure they would get permission to call another minister. So eventually they were given permission. The people here felt a real sense that their work wasn't finished. And I was minister over in Barwas, which is on the west side of the island, and I'd been there for 5 years. And the church here came and approached me and asked would I consider coming. And really since day one, it's been all go. And there's been plenty of challenges, but we've seen so much encouragement. It's been a real story of growth and development. I think there are some challenges that are unique to the island. One is unemployment. There just isn't the same availability of jobs. Related to that, we also have issues with alcohol abuse and drug abuse, mainly alcohol abuse, so that there's lots of that throughout the island. But it does mean that when people face particular challenges, whether it is unemployment or whether it is dependencies on whatever, that it can be quite difficult within our own context for them to find the help and the support that they need. We were finding ourselves increasingly challenged that our only space really we could use was our church and our buildings. And in Lewis, which is a fairly churchy and religious place, then it can be quite something for someone to come over the threshold of the church. So we came up with the idea of the Shed project, which was to create a neutral space. And one of the taglines actually behind the vision was we wanted to go from being a 1 day a week service church to being a 7 day a week serving church. And so we could have actually carried on our work within our existing buildings, but the vision behind this place was to create that space so that when we engage with people in the community, we can say, well, why don't you come along to the Shed? So we get lots of people who come here who have no contact with the church, but they benefit from the services that we provide here. So we started to dream about it 3 or 4 years ago, and it was a challenging process in terms of raising the funding necessary, but the church got behind us 100%. Also, we were fortunate to have some funders who were similarly supportive, and so we just opened it just under a year ago. The most successful aspects of our work here has been called the Well project. So the Well is it's a drop-in that's on during the day, Monday and Tuesday, then Friday evenings, and it's for those who have alcohol and drug problems. And they come in and they're able just to have a cup of tea, or they can chat with one of the volunteers or with Murdo, our shed manager. But we found that with those who had dependency problems, that one of their biggest issues was just having too much time on their hands. So from the Well, they would come in and enjoy that. Then we've developed various other programs just to encourage them in their own lives, just to see how they can better themselves. And it's really just about offering the journey with people in whatever set of circumstances they may find themselves in.
So it's like a little place to come and escape, to have a coffee and just feel at ease.
It's a great facility and it encourages people to remain sober and free of difficulties. You know, if they come in and they're speaking to people, it's just a good thing really.
But also we've got a strong youth work element. So we have various youth programs that run throughout the week. The school has gone to this new timetable where the school closes on Friday lunchtime. So on a Friday afternoon there'll be a good number of teenagers who come down here. And again, it's not just keeping them off the streets, but when they come here they receive encouragement, they receive direction. If any of them are facing challenges or problems, then we have those who are on hand just to offer that wee helping hand.
Just because if we didn't have the church to come to and the church didn't make this facility, we'd have nowhere to go, because there wouldn't be anywhere to go and we didn't know what to do. It's like set us on the right path and stuff.
I can see myself being here for the foreseeable future, purely just because the sense of vision I have for the work that God still has for me to do here. I am obviously aware of the challenges facing ministry, throughout the church, And one of the great encouragements we've seen here is a number of our people respond to the call to full-time service. So, and we've seen that internationally, so we've got about 6 or 7 of our folk who are serving in different parts of the world. But we also have 4 of our own people, 2 of whom are candidates and 2 of whom are engaging in the inquiry process right now. So we're actually hoping that come the next 2 or 3 months that we're going to have 4 candidates from our little church here in Stornoway. So we're bucking the trend a wee bit. I mean, if for every church in the nation, if they even were able to find or be used by God to secure more people to respond to the call, then there would be no crisis. I think for folk out there, they need to realise how exciting, yes, how demanding and challenging, but to be able to serve God and bringing something of His heart to the people of Scotland in our different communities is, I mean, I think it's one of the most blessed jobs you can do.